I, Vishaka Vishwa, and according to the Socratic seminar, would like to wish all of you a good afternoon and a warm welcome to the Socratic seminar. And in this show, we have like three judges. There are first judge is Somaranjan, the second judge is Sangeet Ranjan, and the third judge is Patrick. And we have six panelists. The first one is Reverend Prince Ulji. So every panelist will take 2 minutes to share on the topic Bhutan sovereign state. And without wasting much time, we would like to start with the Socratic seminar. I would like to invite Chairman Physiology to share his opinion.
Good afternoon to you all. Today I'm going to talk about Bhutan as a sovereign state. Bhutan is a sovereign state where people of the state are free to take decisions as per the way of their thinking, which they think fit in the country. Bhutan has the ultimate authority to govern themselves, which was guaranteed by the sovereignty. In democracy, the people elect their representative and grant them the permission to exercise sovereign authority on their behalf. Thus, the constitution reflects the principle of popular sovereignty and the government elected by the people and makes law on behalf of the people. Sovereignty indicates the certain equality between individuals which gives respect to the country. Same applies to Bhutan. Our country is respected by other countries and has full legal authority which keeps our country independent. The sovereignty grants a safe and security to the country. Bhutan has its own power and freedom to control its affairs without other countries' intervention. As Bhutan is an independent state, the sovereignty lasts and it is permanent. Thank you.
So now we have to share the second panelist.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today, being one of the panelists, I'd like to share my thoughts on Bhutan as a sovereign state. Sovereign state here means a political entity represented by one central government that has supreme legitimate authority over territory. A political, in short, sovereign state is an independent which is not under the authority of any other country. The government of Bhutan has been a constitutional monarch ever since 18 July 2008, where the head of the state is king and the executive power is exercised by the Tenghi Junto or the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. So Bhutan as a sovereign state would probably refer to Bhutan as an independent nation that is reigned peacefully over by a monarch. It has the right and the capacity to make treaties and other agreements with other states. So basically, it can be categorized in different bases, which is culturally, politically, and spiritually. Culture plays an important role in the sovereignty of Bhutan. It identifies the uniqueness of the country, glorifying its sovereignty. There's no other country which has culture as unique as ours. So politically speaking, Bhutan follows the democratic monarchy system. It ensures that the people of Bhutan has the full power. The people elect their own representatives, and this representative can make the country's law without any interference of other country. So spiritually, in case of spiritually in Bhutan is a left wing of the nation. Tiny nations like Bhutan has been still enjoying its independence in peace and harmony because of the strong spirituality of people. We Buddhist people seek the true peace and happiness within ourselves, which maintains the sovereignty of the state. This is why Bhutan is known as a sovereign state.
Bhutan as a sovereign state. Under the rule of monarchy, Bhutan has been a sovereign state for decades. The shift from monarchy to democratic monarchy in Bhutan has further secured Bhutan as a sovereign state. Bhutan as a sovereign state implies that all the central powers of Bhutan lies in the hands of people of Bhutan. No external threats can threaten the sovereignty of Bhutan, as Bhutan has its own administrative power, distinguishable culture, and defined territory. Bhutan maintains strong economic and strategic and military relations between India. In February 2007, the Indo-Bhutan Friendship Treaty was sustainably reserved, clarifying Bhutan's full control of its foreign relations as well as its independence and sovereignty. Thank you.
Okay, so to learn about Bhutan being a sovereign state, we must first learn what sovereignty is. So the dictionary's definition is the authority of a state to govern itself or another state. I think we can look onto a much deeper definition than that. It is an authority, a power, and a state of independence where you have all the rights to make choices for the beneficial of your state. Now, if you're asking whether Bhutan is a sovereign state or not, well, the answer is yes. Bhutan was identified as a sovereign state by the United Nations in the 1970s. And I mean, why wouldn't we be? Because since the start of time, Bhutan has never been conquered or invaded by an external force. We were in charge of our own nation, and we still are. Even our neighboring countries agree so. The treaty signed between Bhutan and India states that we have all the powers for the internal and external conflicts of our country, and even China showed its respect for Bhutan as a sovereign state. Moreover, we are a monarch. The country is ruled by a particular leader, a ruler from inside. We have all our rights, and we live in a free world where we make all our choices. All the territory is in our authority, and the population has full rights. Every single citizen is united under the state. We stand strong, and that's what makes Bhutan a strong, sovereign state. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Pemala for the next.
Bhutan is the sovereign state. Sovereign state means a state with a defined territory that administers its own government, and it is not subject or depend on another power. Bhutan is considered as a sovereign state because Bhutan has well-defined territory which separate our small country from the two big countries, China in the north and India in the south. Our country has its own administration and government. The sole power of our country is in the system of democratic monarch and not in the hands of external powers. Our country began recognized by other countries as a state and securing as a secure friendship with other countries. Our country has strategically succeeded in securing our sovereignty as a state. In February 2007, Bhutan signed another treaty with India, clarifying Bhutan's full control on both its foreign and internal relations, making Bhutan as a sovereign state. Thank you.
So, a sovereign state, Bhutan sovereign state, and we would like to accept 3 questions from the audience. Anyone can answer.
So my question is, what will happen to the system in Bhutan if people don't respect the sovereignty or the power of the states? So, if we don't respect the sovereignty of the state, what will happen to the system in Bhutan if people don't respect the sovereignty? So first of all, sovereignty, as everyone said, it's an authority and it's like independence, right? So if you don't have that, like right now we're living in a free world where we can make all our choices and where we have the rights, right? But if you lose that sovereignty, we will be controlled by an outside force, and we will lose all our rights. We have to follow orders and do as they say, and yeah, basically we will lose our freedom with sovereignty. That will be the state of
No doubt whether they are a sovereign state or not, because Bhutan is recognized by many other UN members of the United Nations, and it can be said that Bhutan has no doubt whether it is a sovereign state or not.
The panelists have been doing great work for their showcase of information in front of the audience, but then I really hope that in the future, I know most of the panelists, it's their first time coming in front, and it takes a lot of courage to go up in front and talk and share about the information that they got, because instead of writing it down on paper, they have to share it from their own mouths. So I know that it's been a lot of work, but then I just hope that furthermore the panelists can improve, and during their delivery sessions they can actually divide their information in points-wise and explain it so that the audience can learn more, because while solely reading it, sometimes everyone gets confused. That's
a great work, starting from the moderator to the panelists to all the audiences here. I really appreciate all for your hard work and all the information that you've brought up today. And I'm quite sure that I, as a judge, have enriched my knowledge on sovereignty as Bhutan as a sovereign state. So my next suggestion for any next Socratic seminar would be similar as the first judge. If everyone could emit using your notes and all, and if the table is clear, and if you could just be confident with your points, that would be more professional. And secondly,
First of all, everyone did really great, and then I think I'm not very capable to judge everyone, because all their panelists had worked really hard and shown their utmost efforts to talk about our country as a sovereign state. And then I appreciate you all for working hard. And then my point is also quite similar to the two judges, because I noticed that most of the panelists, they were they were pretty confident, but they were depending more on the paper, which kind of looks very it doesn't look very great when it comes to sharing about information. Because Socratic seminar, it means the panelists itself means they are the expertise, so they should know everything. They should have by hearted, or they should know everything. But depending on the paper and then reading out the notes, it's not very thing expertise do. So I would suggest if there is the panelist in the future, if they're going to be a panelist, do not work with the paper, because it kind of looks very odd. So that is my suggestion. And then I really liked how Tashi and Bema delivered, because they were very concise and they were slow. And then I also enjoyed because they had categorized their points into spiritual and then religious. I really liked that. And then I would say that you did really great, and then I hope I would see more. I hope I'll be able to see more improvement in the future, even though it was really great. So that is it. Thank you.
Thank you for the compliments and the feedbacks on the panelists by the three judges. And now we would like to declare the result.